So things just got a little bit crazy. As of 5 p.m., Infinity Ward put out a statement talking about the end of Season 1 and the beginning of Season 2. Now, we're going to go in depth with this statement because, number one, there is a lot to it, and then I've got a bunch of theories revolving around this statement and why things are changing all of a sudden. But essentially, Season 1 is getting extended by a week and 1 day, and Season 2 is getting delayed by a week and 1 day, seemingly randomly for no apparent reason. So to fully understand this, we gotta, one, read the statement that Infinity Ward gives us, and then two, answer the question, why are they changing this? So first of all, what you're seeing on screen here is the Infinity Ward website, and this is what they said. It's down at the bottom of the screen here, and it says, over the next few weeks, a host of new items and challenges will arrive, including an in-game challenge to earn the new Crossbow weapon, more remixed game modes, new playlists, and more in the store to discover. To make room for all that activity, we are making a one-time extension of Season 1. It's now ending on February 11th. During that time, there will be 2 times XP, 2 times weapon XP, and 2 times tier progression to help you finish your officer ranks and tiers. And get ready for an exciting Season 2. Okay, what? So the basic breakdown of this statement is Season 1 is now extended by a week and 1 day, and Season 2 is delayed by a week and 1 day. In lieu of this, they're adding the Crossbow as a weapon that will be earnable through challenges. They're going to be adding more playlists and more content to the store. These were things that I kind of already thought were going to be happening within Season 1, and they still are, but now they are just going to be extended by a week and 1 day for no explicable reason. Honestly, it kind of seems like Infinity Ward is hiding something from us. You have to assume that they've been planning out their content months and months in advance. So the real question is the truth that they're actually just behind on Season 2 and need an extra week to make sure everything's going to be good with that content? Because if that's the case, I am totally fine with that. I just much prefer that they came out and actually said that, as opposed to this statement that they put out where they phrase it like this super positive thing. They're doing it for us. They have all this content they want to give us, but we have to wait for Season 2. It is just such a weird, strange statement that I don't know. It's just very, very odd to me. Now, there was something weird with the end of Season 1, and that's that it ended on a Monday, when almost all of the updates within this game come out on Tuesdays. So that was a little bit strange, and I would have got if they just delayed Season 2 by a day, but by a whole week raises some pretty legitimate questions. And because of this, it essentially leaves us with 3 options. Option numero uno: they're telling the truth. They literally just have extra content that they want to give us in Season 1, so they're extending it by a week. This is the thing that makes the most sense because that's what they said, but at the same time, it makes absolutely zero sense, because if this was the case, why wouldn't they just make the Crossbow part of the Season 2 Battle Pass? On top of that, why wouldn't they just put out the other game modes during Season 2? They're gonna make more money by adding in an extra season because of the Battle Pass, so it is very odd that they would be trading this off as a good thing. Option the second: they're simply lying to us and they are not done Season 2 yet. I honestly think this is probably the most likely option. I would just much prefer if they just came out and said, listen, we're not done Season 2. We want it to be great for you guys. We want less glitches than Season 1, so we're delaying it by a week. I really don't think many people would be opposed to that. Look at Last of Us 2. The game's been delayed like 36 times, and people are still fired up that that game's coming out this year. So, yeah, I much prefer the transparency. The way that they did this literally just seems weird to me. It's like if I was a cop and I pulled someone over and I asked them if they've been drinking and driving, and they just go, well, let me tell you, I volunteer at my local church, I have never got a ticket before, I brush my teeth 3 times a day, I never swear, so what do you think, officer? Clearly, that person is hiding something, and to me, that's what it seems like is going on here. And then we get into option number 3, and this is where we get out our tinfoil hats and really test the waters, because option number 3 is literally that they're hiding something bigger from us, that they are hiding the launch, or at least the announcement of something else. And that something else that would make the most amount of sense right now is Call of Duty Battle Royale. We've been kind of told through leaks that Call of Duty Battle Royale, or Modern Warfare Battle Royale, would be coming out at the very beginning of 2020. And we have yet to hear absolutely anything. Now, the interesting part about the beginning of Season 1 is that it was going to be on February 3rd. February 3rd is the day after the Super Bowl. And Call of Duty is kind of known to put commercials for new things in big sporting events. They've done it in the NBA Finals. I believe they have done it in the Super Bowl before. And it would kind of make sense that if they were launching something at the beginning of 2020, a good place to advertise it would be during the Super Bowl, which takes place on February 2nd, the day before Season 2 was supposed to start. And as far-fetched as this sounds, it would actually make a lot of sense, because like I said at the beginning of the video, Infinity Ward has to plan out their events well in advance. They have to have beginning times, ending times, what's going to be in them, and they probably, I'm guessing, are planning things that are already going to be happening in Season 3 and Season 4 of Modern Warfare. So for them to randomly just change this is strange. But a good reasoning for it would be if Activision came down from up above and said, hey now, we have something planned for this time. I need you to push off the beginning of Season 2 for marketing reasons, for money reasons, for a whole bunch of reasons. Activision could put their foot down and absolutely do that. So option number 3 is some sort of other thing behind the scenes that we don't know about, like the launch or at least a teaser or reveal for Call of Duty Battle Royale. That would honestly make a good amount of sense to me. Now, this is also coming at a kind of strange time. As we talked about in yesterday's video, it has been over 4 weeks now since Modern Warfare has actually received a title update, which is strange because before this, in less than 12 weeks, there has been 12 title updates for Modern Warfare. So to not see one for 4 weeks is pretty strange. Now, it did come at the time of Christmas and New Year's, and of course, the developers do go on a break, but to see absolutely no update is still a little bit strange. So could it literally just be that the studio is behind after Christmas? At this point, I've given you kind of all of my options as to what's going on behind the scenes here, and I kind of want to hear what you guys are thinking. Do you think that this is just delayed because they're behind schedule? Do you think they're telling the truth and that they just want to give us extra content in Season 1? Or is there something a little sneakier going on behind the scenes? I guess we'll never really know. Unless there's a Call of Duty Battle Royale commercial during the Super Bowl, then I'm a genius and everyone deserves to give me a high five. But until then, what we do have is the new content that's being added for the rest of Season 1. So everything that it sounds like is being added is number 1, double XP, number 2, new game modes, which who knows what that's going to be. One in the Chamber is kind of one of my better guesses. And then they also said remixed playlist, which I don't really know what that is, but I'm guessing it's kind of things like Shoot the Ship, which was a combination of Shipment and Shoot House, and other things like Same Day Delivery, like we saw with Cranked and Drop Zone. But we'll have to wait to see what that means. And then finally, the last, but definitely not least thing we're getting is the Crossbow. This is the thing that most people are excited about, and it sounds like it will be added via a community challenge or a challenge that everyone can complete and get the weapon that way, which is great to see. It's good that they added that in, that we will be able to unlock it. We won't have to spend money on it, which is always good to see. The question with this, though, is what are the attachments going to be? With other weapons, there's like upwards of 50 to 60 attachments. So if they're going to add a ton of attachments for the Crossbow, what the hell are they going to be? There's definitely going to be explosive tips in there somewhere, probably as the top level attachment. But other than that, I have no idea. Let me know what you think some good attachments on that would be down in the comments. But other than that, that is pretty much all we know as of right now. The end of Season 1 and beginning of Season 2 will now be on the 11th of February, not the 3rd of February. So it is still coming soon, basically just a week delay. We're also getting the Crossbow. And at this point, I want to hear what you guys think about this. Do you think this is a good thing that it's being delayed? Do you think this is bad and they're kind of lying to us like I alluded to? Do you think there's something more secret going on behind the scenes? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about the Crossbow as well. As always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button. I tried to get it up as soon as possible after the news dropped. And finally, if you do want to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have notifications turned on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making